I've always been fascinated with Mother Teresa, and when the Pope was here, and a lot was discussed when the Pope was here, that I found out recently she is going to be canonized and made a saint. Well, in my opinion, she was a saint when she walked on this planet. All she did for those people.
Yes.
So I don't know much about what it is involved in canonizing someone, and I'm really interested in that. So I invited Father Tony Cutcher to explain all this. So make him very welcome, everybody. Father Tony, everybody.
Good to see you too.
How you doing, Father?
Well,
How you doing?
How are you?
So Mother Teresa, as I said, I felt she was a saint when she was on this planet.
Yep.
And she's an example to us all of what we should be doing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand now she's going to be canonized. Is that the proper term to become a saint?
Canonized.
Canonized, okay. So what is involved in that? We all know the great work she did. Is how does all that begin when a pope decides to do this?
Well, really, canonization is just simply kind of an official recognition that someone is, we're sure, there's no doubt that they're in heaven with God, and that they enjoy God's specific favor, so that he can whisper in their ear, or they can whisper in his ear, and certain things happen, like miracles.
And I heard she did some miracles.
She did. And that's what sparked this whole thing.
Yeah.
Is first once you die, obviously. I always ask my school kids that. I say, "What's the first requirement to be a saint?" And they never get it. And then I have to tell them, "You got to be dead." So once you die, usually there's a long waiting period. It's really kind of interesting. Just lately with Pope John Paul, who's now a saint himself. It used to be hundreds of years, at least 100 years, before someone would be recognized as a saint. Now, we're doing it a whole lot faster.
Is certain pope changed this time period?
Pope John Paul kind of went outside the lines. The rule is they have to be dead at least 50 years before we even begin the process of examining their life. And that's what happens, is we examine their life to look for the virtues, all the Christian virtues, including the selflessness that goes on. And, well, Mother Teresa had that. That was her mark.
Probably had about a list a mile long,
Yeah.
no doubt.
So, so basically what happens is there was a woman in, I believe, Italy. No, in India, actually, who said that an amulet of Mother Teresa was placed on her stomach and her tumor disappeared.
Wow.
And so they attributed that as a miracle. There was no medical reason for it. So that one miracle then, Mother Teresa then gets declared what we call beatified, and so we call her blessed. And then now, just recently, a second miracle where a man was cured of brain tumors through her intercession specifically. Once again, the doctors all say, we have no idea why this happened, but they're gone. And he said, it's Mother Teresa. And so the Pope has finally said, yes, I believe him. That's the second miracle. 2 miracles and you're a saint.
Wow.
That's how it works.
Are you familiar with the story of the baby? What did you hear about the story of the baby the Pope kissed?
Oh, the Pope's kiss. Well,
And I saw it. I was watching that day.
once
Pretty
again,
cool.
a baby held up in one of his audiences. He kisses him on the head. Little did no one knew at that point.
Right.
The Pope had no idea that this child had an inoperable brain tumor. And 2 weeks later, it's gone.
Wow.
Absolutely gone. So we're already keeping track of his miracles.
I was going to say we need to start the list for him.
Yeah, we do.
You know, it's amazing. I hear so many people, Protestants and every religion, talk about how they admire this Pope.
Yeah.
And, you know, as you and I talked on the phone, you know, Catholic, Protestant, Lutheran, whatever, we're all lovers of God, you know, and I've never heard so much conversation from people outside the Catholic Church that they love this man and respect him.
Yeah.
And it was kind of neat that he didn't want to ride in the Pope-mobile. He did some other things that he's kind of like, isn't there another story that went that, what do you miss? And is it this Pope that said, I missed just going to a pizza parlor and sitting down and have pizza.
Yes.
Did you hear that story?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you got to remember, this is a pope that when he was the Archbishop of Buenos Aires, used to ride the bus to work.
Yeah, there you go. With the people.
And oddly enough, nobody bothered him.
Wow. That's amazing. He knew who he was. I'm
Didn't know
quite
who he
sure.
was.
Something else I wanted to ask you. I'm a lover of one of my favorite movies, Our Lady of Fatima. I love that movie. You've seen the movie probably how many times?
Very long time.
Okay. It is my opinion that it wasn't an angel, it was the Holy Mother, made appearance before the three children. Am I right or wrong? What is your feeling on that?
Oh no, that is that's
Holy
the basis
Mother.
of the miracle at Fatima. It was the Blessed Mother herself. Yeah.
It was a great movie. I mean,
Yeah.
every time it comes on, you just can't help not to watch it. So that clarifies a lot. And I'm really excited about all this because I really admire this Pope. Guess who taught me the rosary? Mother Angelica. You know Mother Angelica?
You did tell me that
Oh,
story.
I did?
You did.
She's on EWTN.
Yes.
And she started on television many years ago, but just by watching, I learned the rosary. But so maybe for long I might be coming to see you, turning
Well-
Catholic, buddy.
Well, it
could happen.
It helped my vocation. I mean,
Okay.
long before I was a priest, I used to tune in every day at 4 o'clock. I lived in Nashville, Tennessee. Every day at 4 o'clock,
Mother
I would
Angelica?
sit down, turn on EWTN,
Yeah.
and pray the rosary.
Yeah, they've
Absolutely.
gotten very big. I mean, they've got quite a viewing out there. So they do
do.
a lot of good work. Sets are beautiful, and all the commentators are really interesting people. Well, thanks for coming, Father. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Clear.
Thanks for having me.